Okay, if you're a first-time home buyer or an already existing, homeowner looking at another house, this actually is a very important video for you guys to watch. Unfortunately, in our industry, there are people who try to take advantage of the fact that you may not be a real estate professional. So today I'm going to be talking about what's happening with a client right now, what we're doing, and what the other parties are trying to say, and how it's inaccurate and deceptive, okay? Because that's the thing. We never want you guys in a deceptive position. So let me give you the overview. Client gets into contract 2 days ago. 2 days ago on a new build, but the house is already done, okay? So the builder's already completed the house, the other buyer fell out, this buyer's coming in. So he gets the contract 2 days ago. He says he's gonna go with their lender because they're offering a builder incentive. As soon as he gets the closing cost worksheet from them, he sends it to me because he's like, hey, this looks really high. He's seen my YouTube videos. I look at it and I'm like, wow, that's, that's something else. Okay, so they had said, if you work with our lender, we'll give you $5,000. Okay, so he gets the loan estimate. This is a VA loan, and they are charging him 5.5% for the rate, with $5,000 in discount points. In addition, they have some origination fees. They have an amortization fee schedule chart. Okay, let me tell you guys about that. The amortization schedule, okay, it's in every loan package. We have to have it in your loan package. It's a requirement of a loan package. They're charging $700 for it. If you guys see that on a closing cost estimate of a lender, just know that you are working with a shark and you better get out of that water now. That was the first time I've seen that fee. I've seen some crazy stuff like $100 credit reports. That's another red flag. But yeah, that one was next level. So 5.5. They're charging him $5,000 to get the rate. They have some nonsense fees, right? Like $1,500 in nonsense fees. And then they're giving him a $5,000 credit. So basically 5.5 with nonsense fees. Okay, so I say, let us just price it out. It's a 30-day close, easy peasy. We do it all day. 4.75, no points, no lender fee. We're not giving him a credit, but at the same point, our rate's 4.75 and we don't have any fees. With their credit, he's still at 5.5 and paying fees. Okay, so it's a fake builder credit. And I have a video all about that. What will happen sometimes is builders will say, well, if you use our lender, we'll pay for some of your closing costs. And you're like, oh my God, you're so helpful, thank you. No, guys, sometimes these are fake credits. And what they do is they have really high fees that are outside of the market to eat up that credit. Okay, so they're giving you nothing, but they make it sound good. It's sales, right? Okay, so we go cool and we lock it. And, we've already, we're on day 3 now. We have all his documents. The file's in underwriting right now. Okay, we've requested title work. We requested from the builder docs. We've also opened up the VA case number and we've put in a request for an appraisal. Okay, we're on it, right? Okay, what would you guys expect? Now, what happens next is we get an email from the closing manager of this builder that says, we cannot give you the builder docs. They are using XYZ lending company, which is the mortgage lender of that builder. They own them. We cannot give you those documents. The contract states that if he was going to switch lenders, he would have to give 30 days notice. Guys, the contract, first of all, okay, and she draws the line in the sand. Okay. At the same time, the sales associate for the builder is telling the buyer they can't switch. The buyer saying to the builder and the lender, right? Guys, guaranteed rate is giving me this amazing rate. I want to work with Jen. She's giving me a better deal. In this situation, the rate difference is $230 a month. That's a lot of money. That could be, a gas bill, a water bill, trash. I mean, it could be so many different bills taken care of. And they respond and say, you cannot switch lenders. We have consulted with upper management. You cannot switch. That's illegal. Yeah, you guys need to know that. So that's the first really important point about this. We did a couple red flags. Point number 1, you cannot force a borrower to use a specific lender. It is called steering. It is a huge no-no in the industry. It is like Fine City. You cannot force someone to use a specific lender, period. It doesn't matter. If you guys have a contract and you put a lender's name in the contract, you can't force them to use it. Now, what's worse about this is they actually own the lender. So they're likely to they're going to financially benefit from this lender doing the loan And this lender is 0.75 higher in rate and has higher fees, okay? Whew, that's a lot, right? Wouldn't want to go near that one. So my team pulls the contract, right? We love a good contract. I'm a lawyer's daughter. Love it, love it. So we pull the contract, and the contract states that the buyer cannot switch another lender within 30 days if it's going to cause a delay, okay? We had already told them 5 times it's not going to cause a delay. And their stance is they cannot switch lenders. No other explanation. Okay, once we pointed out the contract, and the fact that what they were doing is a RESPA violation and that you can't steer and that, they're trying to push a 0.75 higher rate on the client, then the person who was telling me so hard before, I can't give you builder docs, we can't switch, it's in the contract. Once we pointed out that they were full of shit, for lack of a better term, they're now like, well, he'll have to get approval from management. There's nothing in the contract that states that he needs to get approval from a management. Nothing. So that's that avenue, right? And on the other side, you've got the builder, the sales associate at the builder, and you've got the mortgage lender saying, no, you can't switch no matter what, dude, sorry. Okay, so what do? We have a builder where both the company and the mortgage lender are lying to the client. One of my favorite parts about the emails he sent me is they actually said, well, you locked in the rate with the builder, as if that made it like a commitment. So that's the second thing you guys need to know. If you lock a rate with a lender, we don't own you. We don't own you. Like, you could lock a rate with me, you could lock a rate with Wells Fargo, you could lock a rate with Bank of America. Okay, we don't love it when you do it, but then you could cancel with 2 of them and go with 1. You can do that. There is nothing illegal about that. The way that loans and the industry is structured, it's supposed to be so that you guys have the best ability to get the best rate. That is how the rules are laid out. What's going on in this situation is that this is a builder who is used to bullying and getting their way because they're a big national builder. Okay. Now, what's interesting to me about this as well is we work with this builder quite a bit, and in other states, they're totally fine. But in Florida, it's a different story. It's a totally different story. So where we are now is the client has put in writing 4 times that he wants to switch lenders. We have requested the documents twice, okay, to no avail. We have a paper trail of the whole thing. Okay, so there's 2 ways this can go. Either the builder and their lender needs to match our rates and get the client back, right? The client doesn't want to work with him now. Like, this is supposed to be his dream home. His family's excited. He has a baby, and instead of being able to celebrate the excitement, he's dealing with all this drama. It's just needless drama, right? Like, God, who needs this type of drama? It's like, you get in contract, you just want to get a great rate so that you have money for your family. Like, you shouldn't have to deal with like this weird bullying behavior. And so you may go, well, Jen, what's their incentive to get him to use their lender? Okay, follow the money. Always follow the money. So if a builder owns a mortgage companies make good money, especially on government loans, and that is what this is. So by retaining the client, especially at a higher rate, they're gonna make money not just off the building, but also off the mortgage lending, okay? So it's more money for them. That's why they're trying to push it, because more money, right? Okay, now beyond that, my guess is, and I'm trying to get data, so we're going to do a follow-up video to this so you guys know what happened. Beyond this, my guess is the salespeople or the regional managers, or there's some sort of incentive structure at play, which is making it so that the more business they push to the mortgage lender, they get incentivized for, right? And that's something that should be illegal. It's not a good practice to have it where someone's financially benefiting from pushing to a specific lender. So I'm really curious to dig into that, and I will be digging into that. And I'll have Maria, Maria, our chief detective / processing queen, she loves to dig. So she's gonna be digging, and Sam's gonna be digging, and I'm gonna be digging, and we're gonna be trying to figure this out. So we'll do an update on if the salespeople and the closing managers are incentivized to act this way. But this is something that we see more often than not. So as buyers, the key information that you guys need is, number one, no one can force you to use a specific lender. Number two, guys, you shouldn't work with a lender who's charging you a huge amount more just because someone's threatening you. And number three, unfortunately, there are individuals in the real estate industry that will twist contracts, lie to you, and bully you for financial gain. So I want you guys to have eyes wide open. You know, if you're working with us, I'm sure you can tell, I will fight to the death on this. They've got two options here. They need to either give us the documents we need so that we can close the loan properly for the client, or they need to match our rate. Now, the most amazing part about this is they're so worried about closing on time, right? They haven't even ordered the appraisal or gotten the case number. We have it, right? They don't even realize that they don't have it yet. That's my favorite part about all of this, is that with VA, you have to get a case number, which of course, as soon as we got the contract, we got the case number. They don't even realize that they don't have it yet. There's only one case number per address. That is what we're dealing with. So has this happened to you? Did you guys feel like you had to use the builder's lender? Do you know someone this happened to? Or did you use the builder's lender and have a great experience? If so, who was that builder? But overall, I want you guys to be aware of this. No one can force you to use a lender. Make sure you guys read the contract, because there are real estate professionals that will try to twist them for their own financial gain. And you do have a right to switch lenders. You are not married to them until you close. So as always, questions or comments, please reach out. I am licensed everywhere but Rhode Island and Utah, and I would love to help you guys out. I will do a follow-up video on this because I know a lot of you guys are curious to see how it ends up. I am as well. You know, I'm already Googling, you know, who to report them to for the VA, CFPB, who at the government, the DOJ. You know, look, people need to be treated right. I strongly believe that. So I'll see you guys soon.